Hello again. Anybody arriving in London from another galaxy, having read up a bit about our planet in some interstellar version of the Rough Guide to the Solar System, would probably guess that he had landed slap bang in the middle of a Muslim nation. Let's face it, the clues are everywhere. Much of the food our hypothetical visitor would find on offer, even in fast food joints in central London, would, for example, be halal. If you popped into the Kentucky Fried Chicken shop in Tottenham Court Road, the chicken would have been slaughtered in the correct Muslim fashion and a prayer said over the animal's carcass before it was considered ready for KFC. He would soon find that this situation was reflected in hospitals, schools, universities, and police stations. If he happened to arrive at Heathrow Airport, he would see a sign such as the one shown in the thumbnail to this video. It depicts, quite unambiguously, a Muslim praying. This is not a stance, by the way, that we really see Christians adopting during their devotions. The same universal symbol would be encountered in hospitals and colleges, and once he visited those places, our visitor would be expected to remove his shoes as though entering a mosque. He would quickly learn, too, that Islam enjoyed particular and special protection in law not afforded to followers of other faiths. Those preaching the love of Christ on street corners are liable to be moved on by the police or arrested if they argue the point, but no police officer would ever dream of behaving in that way towards a Muslim. Islam, it would be very obvious to our visitor, is the most important religion in this city, and Muslims are allowed far more leeway than Hindus, Christians, or Sikhs. Members of other religions dress like normal people in Europe, but many of the Muslims insist upon dressing in a particular style which makes them more obvious and noticeable than, say, Buddhists or Jains. This, combined with the special favourable treatment which they are accorded by the government and police, makes them appear to be some kind of elite, or so it would appear to the unbiased newcomer to Earth. Here, by the way, is a specific example of what I am talking about. At the Further Education College in the London Borough of Redbridge, the campus of the New City College at Little Heath, that's, for those that know the area, at the end of Barley Lane, just before you reach Eastern Avenue, there is a multi-faith room. To be precise, there are two multi-faith rooms, one for men and one for women. There are taps and a sink for ritual Muslim ablutions. Shoes must be removed, and there are prayer mats and so on. A young Chinese couple, who are Christians, attended the college for a training day and wished to pray together at lunchtime, as was the way that they do things. They found that they were unable to enter the multi-faith prayer rooms together because men and women aren't allowed to pray there. They have to use separate facilities in accordance with Muslim practice. So that Chinese couple ended up walking half a mile to Goodways to find a church. Islam is obviously the most important religion in London. What makes this really odd is that just 15% of people in London are Muslim, compared with 40% who are Christians. There are 2.5 times as many Christians in London as there are Muslims, but their religion is always sidelined in favour of Islam. No wonder a visitor from outer space would have difficulty understanding where he was and what was going on. I have the same feeling myself sometimes.